Bhawana from MRSS India, and I have a great pleasure of announcing joint venture between MRSS India and Scent Analysis, which I will be heading in India. Today I am honoured to be in company with two stalwarts in the industry, Indian, Asian and global experience that they bring forward. Sarang here is the CEO of MRSS India with 28 years of market research experience, big brands under him. He started his career at P&G, and then moved to Dun & Bradstreet, and ended his career before joining MRSS with Nielsen as an Asia Pacific head. Sarang, why don't you introduce our partner?
Thank you. I'm actually really excited to introduce Barbara Busch. And the reason I'm excited is because she combines three amazing things. One is talent, alright? She's extremely talented in what she does. The second is she's extremely gifted in terms of having a sense of smell. And the third is she's very well educated and trained in the space of market research. So let me tell you a little bit about Barbara. She's an economics major by education, and she moved into her first love, which is market research. She worked for a fairly large brewery in Germany at the beginning part of her career, and while she was actually working there, in one of the consumer tests she was doing, she discovered her gift of scent and senses. And then she realized that sense can be a really powerful means to develop products. And she immediately noticed that market research at that time, and perhaps even today in many parts of the world, is not able to actually capture consumers' sensorial emotions to help develop products at an early stage. So she put her mind to it and she said, I'm going to work on this. I'm going to develop sense and scent as the anchor, the crux for a series of tools in market research. And in fact, her vision is that scent is the invisible brand personality. So when I heard that, I said, this is absolutely amazing. And I'm going to hand over everything to Barbara. Tell us why India, tell us more about scent and your vision.
Thank you, Sarang, for this nice introduction. You make me a little bit blushing. My company is really the one and only company worldwide in concentrating on multisensorial research. And while we work for global companies and global projects, we are now in a phase where we were searching for partners in other countries to penetrate the market and develop the market for us. After US, your lovely country is my second choice, because India is such an interesting growing market with a unique and fascinating culture. Here live a lot of interesting people with their own very personal sensory emotions, which are deeply rooted in their subconscious. And they are leading far back to their childhood memories. In the past, international companies were selling their products to India. And I think the time is now, has come to that products will be developed for Indian people. Our joint venture will be a full service agency for sensorial research, and our aim is to give Indian consumers a chance to really contribute to building the overall sensorial product experience. And we know really how to do it, and you will be amazed how they express their sensory emotions. Our second aim is definitely to help marketing and R&D to give new ways to listen to consumers what they desperately try to tell them. And you will be surprised how detailed consumers are able to guide development teams on what they should do in order to please the consumers. And the most important surprise we bring to India, hopefully, is that we promise decision-making results.
I read an intriguing white paper by you, Barbara, something about creating love for the brand. How do you create love for a brand?
It is so astonishing. The industry all over the world is concentrating fascinating consumers with innovative claims like 10 times more moisturizing, more anti-aging with 6 times more antioxidants. I would say so what, because these innovative claims are very difficult to perceive by consumers, very difficult. We tend to say they are very often only to be perceived under the microscope. So it is very important, next to an innovation, to capture consumers by their heart. We need to get an emotional bonding to consumers in order to really get them buying and loving your tool. This is only one step. We need to do a second step, and we need to add to brand equity the sensorial equity. And without the sensorial equity, you cannot create a product which consumers love.
What categories, what products do you think, the tools and the various tools that you have, what do you bring to the table in the joint venture?
First of all, it is very important that we bring services to all categories, all products you ever can imagine. From personal care, home care, women's hygiene, oral care, beverages, food, snacks. You can imagine, there are no limitations. Even products which don't have a sensorial facet could have a sensorial imprint, or how we call it, and sensorial equity. The guideline or our conviction is that we consider research from all sensorial angles. You cannot separate one sense from the other. The senses are interacting with each other, and as many senses are captured and speaking the same language, as many possibility to have a success. If the senses are playing together in a sensorial network, which you can see here, it is really that you can make consumers feel products like magic. And this is really something which is very, very important for us.
Yeah, in fact, I can think of many scenarios where clients have come to me with problems such as, I've got a brand but it's just performing very average, it's probably mediocre. What do I do? Help me. How do I move to the next level? A very common problem. So there are other situations where me and Bhawana, you two in the past have seen that a person with a strong manufacturing background has an amazing product, but he or she doesn't know how to sell it. They don't know how to develop the concept. Can we help? Of course we can. We've done it many, many times. Take the reverse. Sometimes you've got this amazing concept which the marketing team of a large company has developed. Now the task is to come up with a matching product. What else? Let's take another problem. We've seen so many cases where there's a huge mismatch between the brand and the positioning and the actual product delivery. Okay? Can we work towards making things more coherent? Of course we can. That's a hugely popular tool which our JV will be marketing. Then, how often have we done tests and we got ratings which are extremely flat? There's no real difference. And there is a difference between the actual products, but we are unable to pick it up. Okay? Because we are not able to sensitively research the customer. Okay? So it's not a failing of market research, it's a failing of us in realizing that there is something called sensory testing which is just not available as an option in India. And the good news is it is now. Alright? Last but not the least, marketing companies always want their advertising to be as close to the consumer as possible.
Very true, yes.
We have actually worked on a number of case studies where we've helped develop consumer cues and advertising has been developed purely based on that and is extremely powerful. So I'm really excited with the immense possibilities which we have in front of us, and I'm looking forward to helping Indian and multinational clients as a result of this change.
It's really exciting time for us, Sarang, as we move forward. And the exciting thing is that we can actually capture the possibilities of supporting marketing, R&D, innovation strategy at the front end to the back end of innovation. What more can any company require for? Thank you.